Snowmageddon. It's Robin Lizz, his morning crew on his radio. Fortunately, Liz and I live in an area where we got the snow. Usually doesn't happen. It's like every 4 years you get this big dump of snow, and definitely got it in my neighborhood, completely covered. The roads I can't even drive on right now because they are just, so I'm at home virtual. Liz spent the night at the studio, so she's there with Ninja and Caitlin. I think you had a girls' night last night.
We kind of did. We stayed here and we had snacks, and Ninja brought her tea service, which is awesome. We watched a couple of chick flicks, which was great. So yeah, we had kind of a slumber party.
I'm glad I didn't make it.
Why not? You don't like Sweet Home Alabama?
I know the song. I had never heard of the movie, or it's the Nicholas Spark thing.
It's close to that, but not quite.
Hey, by the way, text in your pictures. We're seeing quite a few of those this morning of your winter wonderland, and share the experience. We want to live it with you. 800-447-7234.
Yeah, Terry texted and sent us a couple of pictures of himself and what the snow is outside of his window. And he said he hasn't been home since he left on Saturday night because he chose to stay at work and help covering his group home that he works for that has adults with learning disabilities and autism. And he wanted to make sure that there was somebody there to help, in case he was needed.
Terry, thank you for that service. You are making a difference, and what a sacrifice you're making. But something tells me it's not that much of a sacrifice because you love what you do.
Absolutely. And then Ruby sent her picture. She still has her Christmas decorations up, their family does. And so just seeing the Christmas decorations all surrounded by the snow, just beautiful.
Share your pictures, too, at 800-447-7234. My puppy, who's now a year old, Ranger, who's sitting right at my feet right now. He's in the studio with me at home. That was his first experience in the snow. He was really timid at first. And then all of a sudden, within, I would say 5 minutes, he loved the snow. We could not get him inside.
Well, of course, because at first it's like, whoa, that is super cold. What's going on here? And then, yay, snow day.
It's crazy.
Robin Lizz, his morning crew.
I don't know about you where you are. I have snow where I am. Liz does as well. Her power went off yesterday.
It did. It was out from like 6 a.m. and I think it came on like last night, 10 o'clock. But my husband did a really good job keeping us all warm. And I did a good job keeping us fed.
Fireplace?
We had the fireplace. We had a couple of random space heaters, that kind of thing, kept the doors closed. So everybody kind of hunkered down together.
Good. Thankfully, where I am, our power stayed on. Although I'm hearing a lot of wind outside right now. So hopefully that doesn't affect that. Yeah, I know. Yeah, up the road from what my neighbors tell me, because this is a newer neighborhood that we live in. They said that at one juncture up the road, if it's windy and if there's a lot of heavy ice, then the power lines are going to come down and then game over.
I hope not.
May that not happen where I am. But if it is, I think we are ready. Thankfully, we have a fireplace as well. But we're getting a lot of pictures this morning at His Radio that are texted in. I love them. 800-447-7234.
Yeah. So Keith texted and said, he sent a couple of pictures, and one is a child sledding. And, I wanted to know, who is this child sledding? He said, it's just a random kid that stopped in the middle of the road to make a snow angel. So, yeah. And then he said, exactly. Then he sent a picture of what looked like sheep in the middle of farmland. He said that is Walker Farm, and it's a beautiful picture.
Oh, so he got up and around.
Mm-hmm.
We have a hill in our neighborhood that's, 3/4 of a mile away from us. So we walked to it and did some sledding yesterday.
Oh, that's fun. We used to, because we live on this hill that's crazy high. The boys used to sled down that hill, but now we have there's a pool in the way, and I don't think they want to sled into the pool. So.
That would be awesome.
Robin Lizz, his morning crew.
I don't know if I should say thank you or why, or I'm not sure. Maybe you're a fan of this, and I'm sorry, but now this is going to become one of those earworms for you.
Baby shark.
Maybe you've already heard the news, but the video of this song, 10 billion views.
That's just my granddaughter.
Your granddaughter, Jesse, huh?
Oh my goodness.
Look at all those views. Really? 10 billion of that?
Oh, absolutely. Because kids, you play it. I want to hear it again. 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 I want to hear it again.
And I want to, throw the thing away.
I know, but when you do, then they get mad and they scream and they get upset. And I hear it again. I want to hear it again. And you play it and you play it and you play it.
Oh, man. And I'm sorry if that song is stuck in your head, but, 10 billion,
Baby
billion views of Baby Shark?
Yeah. Baby shark. Do, 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 baby shark. Do, 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 do.
This tells you I have a 13-year-old. I've never seen. I didn't know. I've seen the video, but I didn't know it was a TV show. The thing's a TV show?
Yes. And
Really?
it's been a song that's been around forever because you have to go through, baby shark, mama shark, daddy shark, grandpa shark, grandma shark. They lose, it's crazy. It's wild.
They talk about aunts and uncles. What about the crazy uncle? Is there
I
a
don't
crazy
think there's
uncle?
you know what? That's a lyric we need to write.
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
She doesn't need any of the tools to do her job and do it well. None of it whatsoever. For me, I need the right tools. It's Rob and Liz, his morning crew on his radio. Erica quit her full-time job. She's a full-time beekeeper, but she doesn't wear any of the beekeeper stuff. The big net, the big outfit, none of that stuff. And she's known as, in Texas, the Lone Star State, as the Bee Whisperer.
Well, I guess so. I mean, she goes out, like you said, without the hat. I wonder if she uses the smoke because beekeepers use smoke to sort of calm the bees down. I was just reading about this not that long ago, but she wants to save the bees because they mean so much for our environment that she is really doing everything she can to save these bees. When people call and say, we've got a beehive and it needs to go.
She relocates them. Her whole goal, the reason why she quit the job, her full-time job, was to help populate more of the bee population. And so she finds these beehives, she relocates them. One day she single-handedly in Austin, Texas, relocated like 21 or 28 beehives.
That's incredible.
Without the beehive, outfit that you need to wear. She just goes and relocates them.
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
If you are hanging out at the house, maybe not this time of morning, but possibly you've been looking for your snacky snacks. Think about Girl Scout cookies because Girl Scout cookies are on sale right now. If you didn't already know, did you know that over the past couple of years, Girl Scouts have tried to figure out the whole pandemic thing with technology, how they're going to get cookies in the hands of the people that want the cookies. So they have introduced an app. Now you can get your Girl Scout cookies via DoorDash.
DoorDash coming to your door, huh? So no longer do you need to see the booth outside of Walmart. They DoorDash them to you.
I know. Yeah. And one thing is if you don't know a Girl Scout, because maybe you don't have kids that age anymore, you don't have somebody in the office that's coming in with the order form or whatever, you can actually order your cookies through DoorDash and they'll get them to you that way. Now, I don't know anything about the fees that might come with that if DoorDash is bringing them to you, but it's a way to get your Thin Mints or your Do-si-dos or Caramel Delights, whatever it is they call them now.
Your favorite one, Liz?
Yeah. That would be the Caramel Delight or the peanut butter sandwich.
I'm old school Thin Mint.
Ugh,
If I
don't
have
like
to have what? Wait a minute. You don't like the Thin Mint? I think that's the original Girl Scout cookie, at least to me. That's the first one I ever tried.
Yeah, I think it's iconic, and I think typically it's one of the favorites of the Girl Scout cookies. I don't like it at all. Like at all. Don't bring a Thin Mint to me.
I am so sorry.
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
Now, normally when you think golden ticket and you think movie, what's the first thing that comes to your mind, Liz?
Oh, Charlie and the Chocolate chocolate factory 100%.
Mm-hmm. This has nothing to do with chocolate. This has nothing to do with Charlie. This has nothing to do with factories. This has
Really?
everything to do with Fiona giving you a kiss.
Okay.
Yeah. Fiona is a hippo at the Cincinnati Zoo.
They're kind of ferocious because, while that sounds very cute and I might like to get a kiss from a hippo because it's just something to do, but she could eat your face off.
Oh, no. It's not a real kiss. This is an ice cream flavor.
Oh, okay. That I can win. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Whew.
Yeah, and it's the Fiona Hippo Kiss ice cream that you could win with the golden ticket.
She got her own ice cream.
Yeah.
That is pretty sweet.
She's turning 50.
She's 50?
Yeah.
Oh.
So Greater Ice is doing this golden ticket so that you can win her own very special flavor with a kiss.
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
Liz is really going to freak out over this. I've only seen like maybe half an episode eons ago when this show was originally on TV, but they're doing a reboot. Yes, another reboot of The Quantum Leap.
I'm so excited, and I cannot believe, because you and I have similar tastes when it comes to television and movies a lot of times. I'm so surprised that you weren't into this. This was Scott Bakula. I think he's on one of the NCIS TV shows now. Maybe, is it New Orleans? I'm not really sure. I don't watch those shows. But I loved this TV show where he would go back in time and he would become whoever the person was in time to keep the timeline on track, if that makes sense. Loved it.
Quantum Leap. I hear he's coming back.
They're saying it's not set in stone. He's going to be part of it. I see a role for him being more the guy. Oh goodness, what was his name? Iggy, I think was his name in the original show. But he was kind of the guy that was in charge of sending him back in time, like where he went in the timeline.
So he's going to be, did you say his name was Iggy?
I think that seems right to me.
Are you sure you're
for
not
sure.
mistaking him for the guy who sings or tries to sing?
No,
Okay, because there's an Iggy
No.
Pop, right?
I think so.
Wait, you don't even know that?
I really don't know that.
I just know the name. I don't know the guy's music.
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
Brian never really wanted to work in the family business. He is an actor. That's really where his heart and his passion are. But a couple of years ago, his dad said, look, I'd really like you to just pick a couple of shifts up here at the motel. Now, they've owned this motel in their family for years. So Brian did. He started working there. And then his dad saw what a good job Brian was doing. So he gave him a really big stake in the hotel and allowed him to make some of the decisions. So it came up that during the pandemic, there were a lot of people that couldn't afford housing. Brian wanted to make a difference, so he started giving away some of those rooms for free. How cool is that?
Wow, Brian, thank you for helping others like that. Sounds like a nice hotel, too.
Yeah, well, it's right at the, I think it's the Lincoln Tunnel in New York, and it's pretty nice motel that they run. And they found that going on their social media was a really good way that they could connect with people who could not otherwise afford to stay somewhere, to get a good night's sleep, to stay out of the cold.
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
Had no idea that the Oreo cookie is 100 years old.
What?
Yeah.
That is an old cookie. Don't eat that one.
Yeah, right. Not just a cookie, the whole brand, Oreo cookies, 100 years old. As a matter of fact, they're celebrating in a very special way.
Yeah, they are. Now, as we were growing up, you and I, Rob, you could get the regular Oreo and then the double stuff, but they seem to put out new flavors all the time. And of course, when they're having a birthday, they got to celebrate with a brand new flavor. And it's the birthday cake Oreo. Birthday cake.
Is it a birthday cake that looks like an Oreo and tastes like an Oreo, or is it a birthday cake Oreo cookie?
It is a birthday cake Oreo cookie. So it looks like the original with the chocolate cookie wafer, but in the inside, they've added like confetti. So it's more that birthday cake funfetti confetti thing.
But you cannot eat confetti.
You can eat this kind of confetti. It's kind of like jimmies. You know what jimmies are? Sprinkles,
I
jimmies.
know, Jimmy.
No, these are little jimmies, those little candies that when you make, have you ever had birthday cake? Okay, never mind. That sounded confusing.
Yes, I've had birthday cake. I don't know. I've never eaten Jimmy. That's just, no. What is a Jimmy?
A Jimmy is that little sprinkle, the little different. Okay, have you ever been to an ice cream place and you order birthday cake flavored ice cream and it comes to you and it has like frosting through it and it has cake through it, but then it has these little sprinkles that are all different colors and they call them Jimmies.
Because what? Jimmy puts them on the sprinkles?
Well, it's Jimmie, I think is the way it's spelled. So it's not like the dude named Jimmy.
So I know some Jimmies that spell their name that way.
This is not a person.
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
So I'm going to shock you, but my roommate licks my toes when I get out of the shower.
I don't know what to say to that. That's
okay. It is very odd. I saw this meme and it said, refer to your pet as a roommate and tell me something your roommate does.
Okay.
And it makes it absolutely hilarious because our Pomeranian, as soon as you step out of the shower, he comes over
Really?
like on your toes and it's like, oh, yes. Love it.
If that's the case, my roommates sniff my booty when I come home. I mean, I can't stop it. Sorry.
Where you been?
Kinda. I'm like, stop that. Sit down.
Okay, I think that's worse than the toes.
Yes. Again, this is the dog.
Yes.
The roommate.
Oh, I love this. So I want to know, tell me, refer to your pet as your roommate and tell me something that your roommate does.
I could just see the text coming in right now. Okay, and use the open mic too on the My His Radio.
Oh, yes.
Use the open mics on the My His Radio app, by the way. You can download that for free on Google Play in the App Store. So replace, if I get this right, Liz, replace my pet with my roommate does X when I get home?
Yeah, refer to your pet as a roommate and tell me something your roommate does.
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
It's Rob and Liz, his morning crew on his radio. I'm talking about the dog. If the dog was the roommate or the pet was the roommate. How does this meme go again?
Yeah, so it says refer to your pet as a roommate and tell me something your roommate does. And when I saw that, I was like, well, my roommate licks my toes as soon as I get out of the shower.
Wow.
Mason texted and said, my roommate likes to play fetch as soon as I get home.
There you go. Okay. 800-447-7234 and the open mic on the My His Radio app. You can let us know what your roommate does, your pet. Just replace the word pet with roommate on the open mic. It's Rob and Liz on His Radio. Ninja is our morning show producer. What about your roommate, Liz? Ninja?
Okay, so
Louder, I can't hear you.
Yeah, very loud.
my roommate likes to soak in the water all day.
Her roommate likes to soak in the water all day.
Okay.
Yeah, her roommate also likes to fight. He's a beta fish.
Get it. I'm trying to figure out, okay, a dog soaking in water certainly is not a cat. It's a fish. I get it. So here's Julie at 800-447-7234. Julie says, my roommate likes to make strange noises to get my attention. Okay, you have to explain a little bit further on this one, Julie.
Oh my goodness! I have a American Bulldog named Lily. She's about 2 years old. She makes a sound like I've never heard a dog make before. She makes a sound, and I'm gonna try to make it. It's just like she I mean, she sounds like she's chirping like a bird or something. I mean, it is the craziest thing. And she always like rolls on her back and she's like wagging her tail. She wants you to play with her. It is really funny.
That is very interesting.
Yeah, it's like a sound that I've never heard a dog make before.
And when did the dog start making the sound?
She's only 2. She just turned 2, but she's always done it. I mean, and it's like when she wants to get your attention or something.
Huh.
She like looks at you. She goes.
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
By talking about your roommate at 800-447-7234. Now, mind you, replace the word pet, whether it's a cat, dog, ferret, whatever, with the word roommate. My roommate. Okay, this is the best way to do it. Liz has some texts.
Yeah. We have Marianne. She says, my roommate likes to lay his head in my lap every time I sit down on the sofa. Kim says, my roommate yells at everyone and everything that goes by our house. I got one of those roommates. Camille said, my roommate stands next to me when I eat until I give him some. And if he doesn't like it, he just spits it out on the floor.
Begging dog is what that is. Okay, I'm trying to figure out Wendy's. Wendy's with us at 800-447-7234. Wendy says, my roommate likes her blankie way too much. Okay, Wendy, if you would please explain. And what is your roommate?
She's a dog, and she acts like a chicken.
How does the dog act like a chicken?
Well, she likes to make a nest where she will literally take blankets and puff them up and build it up like a nest, and then she pecks at you. So she's got a longer snout, and she will just peck at you when she wants something.
I'm going to guess you have chickens in the backyard?
I don't.
Really? Where did it get this behavior from?
I have no idea. She's a rescue, so I have no idea where she lives.
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
A lot of people do not have power right now, but slowly but surely starting to come back. Thank you, all of the crews that are working so hard and sacrificing all that time. I'm Rob Dempsey with Liz Riles. It's his morning crew on his radio. Speaking of winter weather, we're getting some pictures that are texted in at 800-447-7234 of the winter wonderland that we've been experiencing for the past couple of days.
Yeah. Calvin texted from the mountains around Westminster, South Carolina. And then he also sent a picture of a yard in Anderson, South Carolina. And it's just a winter wonderland. It's not something that area sees an awful lot. So when it happens, you are all about it.
No, so good. Here's something from the open mic. This is on our app, by the way, the My His Radio app, which you can always leave an open mic on the My His Radio app. You don't have it, just download it today. Google Play in the App Store. But let's check in with the open mic.
Hey, this is Jamie from Anderson, South Carolina. I think I would have to say one of my fondest memories of it snowing in South Carolina would be as a child, we would just go outside and wrap up and put, instead of mittens, we would put layers of socks on our hands, lots of shirts and a big heavy coat, and just go outside and make snow angels and snowmen and just have a blast with family.
That is a great memory, Jamie. And by the way, I like hearing Brian in the background of Jamie, listening to his radio and using the open mic.
So cool. And I so connect with that memory because I remember putting on the layers, and this sounds gross now, but layers of my dad's socks when I was little and on my hands. And that because you wouldn't invest in really nice gloves because we just didn't get the cold weather enough.
Using dad's socks.
They were clean.
Okay.
Thankfully.
After wearing them a while.